US, mortgage payments are fixed for 30 years, which has been great for homeowners. But now there's hidden costs that are starting to leak into the equation. Buyers are focusing on rates, but there is a lot of other costs that are killing home ownership.
Yeah, this has gone up. I mean, the most obvious way to look at this is through the HOAs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like HOAs are getting crushed. I don't know if you guys own in HOAs right now. You're probably not very happy, right? You've got your letters, a lot of you, and I'm not even talking about deferred maintenance.
Right.
That's a different issue. Do you need a roof? Do you need a parking lot? That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about are the basics, the utilities, the insurance costs, the landscaping, all the things that, an HOA might need. That's crushing people. Like, you have a couple stories, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of my clients have had assessments, $10,000 assessments. I had one client that had two years in a row. So that's 20 grand. That's a lot of money. And the way that assessments work is, they go basically on a payment plan against a lien on your property. So, I had one that was $1,000 at one of mine. That was one of my homes. But at the end of the day, these costs are going up. And it's one of the reasons I'm selling my last condo is because my HOA is now $350 a month. And honestly, for Arizona, $350 a month is normal. It's actually a little cheap. I'd say average is $400. It's an expensive cost on top of mortgage.
Well, your one client, it was $800.
Yeah, my one client was $800.
I mean, guys, you just wrap your head around that. Yeah. By the way, that's not including property tax.
And this is not a luxury building.
All right. Those $350 grand for this house or the condo, was it?
Yeah, for the 800 one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's just wrap your head around this. $350,000 for a place to live, 800 HOA, property tax on top of that, insurance on top of that. Right. So, really you're well over $1,000 a month plus your mortgage payment for a 1-bedroom condo.
Yeah, that was 1 bedroom. Well, I will tell you the average for a 2-bedroom right now in Phoenix is $400. So
insane.
It's a big deal too, because you have a lot of retirees that, I paid off my condo so I can live here, or a lot of snowbirds, like we have the second home paid off. And then these $400 a month costs come in. That's a lot of money for people to have to come out of pocket.
So Danille was so upset that she decided to sell her condo because it has HOA on it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, in Phoenix, it's hard to find properties that don't have an HOA, but at least on the home HOAs, they're like $100 a month. They go up a few dollars a year. It's really not a big deal. And you get a pool. But these condo buildings with the landscaping and the insurance, and we're going to get into that, but insurance is a big piece of why the HOAs are going up. The landscapers, the maintenance, like all the labor is expensive. The materials to fix things are expensive. I was talking about on our live on Monday is I had an air conditioning unit go out in one of my condos, $15,000 to fix.
For a 1,200 square foot condo.
For a 1,200 square foot condo. So imagine, what the HOA is paying for on a mass scale for roofs and concrete work and parking lots. Yep. Like, it's a lot of money.
And I don't want to just make this about HOA because we're really talking about is the cost of ownership. Mm-hmm. But it does show up in HOAs, and I think many of you can agree that HOA, it's homeowners association, it's common area expenses, just like you would have if you have a single family home, let's say out of an HOA. But the costs are going up a lot. I mean, I'm getting whacked with property tax. I'm getting whacked with insurance. And, talk about insurance. Holy moly. Those two alone, utilities are up. And then it costs to do any kind of work like Danille just mentioned. That 15 grand for her air conditioning is over and above the HOA.
Right.
That's a really important thing to understand. And our handyman, who I love, we started not long ago. He's at 40 an hour. What is he now?
He's 60, but he's still really cheap because average here is like 90.
Yeah. So you want to be a handyman, you're bouncing right. It's like silver. You're bouncing around $100 an hour.
Thing is the HOA. The reason we wanted to start with that is that's the umbrella that is encompassing all of this, right? The HOA, as much as I knock HOAs and they're bad with their money, and they don't even get me started, but they do have real increased costs. So then if we move away from the HOA and we go straight to the homeowner, then we can talk about insurance. And insurance right now is a huge increase.